my precious one. You have walked through moments where hope faded and everything felt too heavy, yet hear me now, my beloved, for the memory of old struggles can quietly pull you backward if you do not fully understand the transformation already happening within you, and if you hold on to what once defeated you, those echoes may try to guide your steps or slow your future. But I am here to remind you that you no longer need to seek strength from constant pushing or search for approval where it cannot be given, for that path only leads to the exhaustion you were never meant to return to, and I am opening a new way for you, my cherished one, showing you how to live from the wholeness already placed inside you instead of endlessly trying to become whole through your own effort, and this path brings gentle freedom where blessings appear without you chasing them and your inner calm leads you with steady certainty, and I will teach you how to walk unburdened so every moment becomes renewed by my presence, because what you thought was an obstacle was actually a turning point, and the seasons where you tried everything yet saw no progress were not wasted, for I allowed those cycles to finish completely so nothing old could cling to you as you rise, and now that the heavy weight has lifted, your pace will shift, and I will accomplish quickly what others believed could take years, and it will unfold with a beauty beyond normal understanding, for I am starting a work that moves beyond ordinary thinking, bringing opportunities that you did not seek and opening doors that you never knocked on, and you will find yourself embraced in places you didn't strive to enter, not through strategy but through divine placement, and when it happens you will know it was not by your strength but by my hand because a deep peace inside you will confirm it, clearing your path without delay, and your direction will unfold simply before you. So listen closely, my child, for people will speak of you with honor, not because you demanded it but because my favor rests on you, and those who once ignored your presence will now search for your voice, yet their praise will not disturb your balance, for your spirit will remain grounded in the path I designed for you, and the distractions that once caught your attention will no longer hold power over you, and you will sense exactly when to move and when to pause, and this is true wisdom, my beloved, the natural result of your inner healing, where your perception grows clear and your vision becomes steady, and you are building something completely new as you release what has finished, refusing to revisit places that once wounded you, for you are stepping into an extraordinary journey where your inner knowing guides you with full assurance, and you will not stay where my grace has moved on from, for you will protect your healing not by words alone but through quiet strength, and I am positioning you, my precious child, so others may witness the result of your quiet freedom, and now that you have stepped out of the draining cycle and begun to understand renewal, I want to lead you even deeper to the place that will uphold you, your intimate connection with my spirit, for I desire to give you something far more powerful than comfort, something that shapes your very being, and I am not asking you to push yourself again but to return to the gentle spirit that is truly yours. For real strength flows not from non-stop effort but from knowing me, and though you have carried responsibilities, helped others, stayed strong, and moved forward with determination, your heart has always longed for something more than tasks. You long to be fully seen without needing to explain, and this is why I placed a piece of myself within you, not as an idea but as a living presence, for the Holy Spirit is always with you, not only in hardship or for people who appear holy, but always near, always present, living within you, and I invite you to welcome him again, my beloved, to fill the places where tiredness lived, where fear controlled your movement, and where uncertainty shaped your decisions, and allow him to guide your inner view and settle within your heart, helping you reconnect with your emotions so you respond with clarity instead of reacting from pressure, and you do not need to overcome life through force, my child, but through surrender to what is forming within you, because the Holy Spirit wants your true self, not perfection, and he desires your openness as he walks you through the quiet corners of your mind, moving with you through deep feelings and leading you beyond duty, speaking before choices and comforting you before you stumble, and this season marks deep transformation, my precious one, not because everything outside has changed but because your inner being is finding strength through him, and your responses will begin to shift, and where you used to feel pressure, now you will pause and ask, Holy Spirit, is this really mine to carry? And where fear once pushed you, now peace will calm you because you know your journey is guided by him, and your decisions will hold firm without needing anyone's approval, for your quiet confidence will come from a connection that cannot be broken, and welcome him in your early moments, not just to give energy but to shape who you are becoming, letting him speak wisdom before the world reaches you, renewing your thoughts before stress touches your heart, bringing life to the parts of you that felt worn, and you will begin to understand in new ways, not only hearing but recognizing the right direction, and invite him into your quiet hours, my beloved, for when your body feels tired your inner spirit can still open to his presence, and he will show you what needs to be released and reveal the places where old patterns try to return. And he approaches you not through pressure but through gentle surrender, and in that stillness you will find peace and also the permission to simply be, to rest, to heal, to choose softness, to choose a calmer life, for this is what true living means, and my child, you have left behind the drained version of yourself and risen beyond the one who struggled endlessly, moving into a life far richer than simple improvement, and he will echo my wisdom when confusion clouds your thoughts, guiding you when old habits try to rise again. And when fear whispers asking whether this peace will last, he will answer with a deep calm that settles your soul, for real change goes beyond action and is rooted in understanding, not in your skills but in your closeness to me, and now you will walk forward with new confidence, my child, with steps free from weight and choices filled with purpose, and your words will hold power and your presence will carry peace, and people will be drawn to you not because you are trying harder but because your gentle strength radiates naturally. For this calm strength is the core of who I am, comfort without escape, power without force, and from this inner stillness, my beloved, you will rise even higher than before. My precious one, as you continue to rise into this new clarity, understand that I am guiding you into a life where peace becomes your constant companion and strength flows from calmness rather than struggle, and you will begin to notice how your heart feels lighter, how your thoughts feel clearer, and how your spirit feels awakened in ways it never has before, and this is because you are stepping fully into the person you were created to be. Not shaped by fear but shaped by truth, and I want you to know that the confidence growing within you is not accidental but a sign that your spirit is aligning with my purpose, and soon you will look back at the heavy seasons and realize they were not meant to break you but to prepare you, and all the moments you once questioned will make sense as you see how beautifully everything fits together, and you will understand why certain doors remained closed and why some people were removed from your path. For I was protecting your destiny long before you recognized it, and the wisdom you carry now did not come from easy days but from nights where you learned how to trust me deeper than ever, and because of that trust, you will now walk into blessings that unfold naturally, without fear, without force, and without anxiety, and I will continue to reveal what your heart was created for, showing you step by step where to go, whom to connect with, and what to release, and you will discover a courage inside you that feels gentle yet unbreakable, for it is not the courage of the world but the courage of the spirit, and it will empower you to make choices that honor your worth, protect your peace, and align with your growth, and as you keep walking, you will find that the things that once unsettled you no longer do, because your spirit has matured beyond old fears and your mind has learned to recognize truth over emotion, and I will continue whispering wisdom into your soul, helping you understand when to speak and when to stay silent, when to act and when to wait, when to hold on and when to release, and you will no longer feel confused about whether something is right for you because the Holy Spirit will give you a deep inner knowing that cannot be shaken, and even when others do not understand your choices, you will not feel the need to explain, for your certainty will come from within and not from their approval, and you will begin to see the beauty of choosing what nourishes your soul instead of what drains it, and I will guide you into spaces where you feel valued, heard, and understood, where your presence is welcomed and your heart is honored, and no longer will you settle for connections that leave you empty or places that make you feel unseen, for your spirit now recognizes what is real and what is only pretending to be, and I will keep lifting you above every old limitation, showing you that you are capable of far more than you once believed, and you will watch yourself grow into new strength, new maturity, and new understanding, and your journey will become a testimony of quiet transformation, proving that healing does not always shout but always changes everything, and people will notice your glow, your calmness, your steadiness, without knowing the battles you overcame to reach this place, and they will be drawn to your energy because it carries peace, and they will seek your guidance because wisdom flows naturally from you, and all of this will happen not because you strive for it but because you have allowed yourself to be shaped from within, and as you continue forward, you will feel a new joy rising inside you, a joy that does not depend on circumstances but flows from a deep connection with the Holy Spirit, and this joy will protect you from discouragement and lift you above every moment of doubt, and I will continue opening doors that align with your purpose, placing you in environments that support your growth and surrounding you with people who feel like home, and you will notice how natural your path begins to feel, how aligned your decisions become, and how peaceful your spirit remains even when things shift, for you are no longer living from fear but from guidance, and you will realize that you are stepping into a chapter where blessings come in surprising ways, where support arrives without asking, and where answers appear without searching. And every piece of your life will begin to reflect the inner healing you have embraced, and even the areas that once caused you stress will now feel manageable because your spirit is strong and grounded, and I will keep reminding you that you are safe, guided, loved, and chosen, and with each passing day, you will grow more confident in who you are becoming, and the radiance within you will continue to expand, touching everyone who crosses your path, until you fully see the powerful, peaceful, renewed version of yourself that I have been shaping all along. And from this place, my beloved, you will rise into even greater glory, greater peace, and greater purpose. My precious one, as you rise from this new place within yourself, understand that nothing about your journey has been accidental, and every moment you thought was empty was being carefully shaped so you could step into this season with a strength that does not shout but shines, and I want you to see how every delay, every confusion, every silent season served a purpose far greater than you imagined. For I was preparing your heart to receive what you were not yet ready to hold, and now you are stepping into a time where what once seemed impossible becomes natural, and where what once overwhelmed you loses its power, and I want you to trust the way things will begin to flow without force, without fear, and without the need to prove anything to anyone, because the gentleness within you is not weakness but a sign of deep transformation, and you will start noticing how your spirit no longer reacts to old pressures, and how your mind no longer clings to what once drained you, for I am teaching you to move with intention and clarity instead of survival and strain, and I will continue to guide you in ways that feel effortless because you are finally aligned with where I have always wanted to lead you, and you will begin to see how people are drawn to your calm presence, not because you try to impress them but because your peace speaks louder than anything you say, and this inner peace will guard you, protect you, and direct you, showing you when to step forward and when to stay still, and you will no longer fear missing out or falling behind because you will know deeply that nothing meant for you can be taken, and nothing that left you was needed for where you are going, and even the relationships that faded were clearing space for connections that honor who you are becoming, and I will bring people into your life who understand your heart, who value your presence, and who speak to the depth within you, not the surface around you, and you will recognize them easily because your spirit will rest in their company without effort, and I will also gently remove those who disturb your peace, not out of anger but out of protection, for your spirit can no longer carry the weight of those who drain your energy or cloud your path, and you will see that releasing them is not loss but alignment, and every step you take now will bring you closer to the life that mirrors your inner growth, and you will start noticing how blessings reach you without struggle, how answers come without panic, and how clarity rises without confusion, because your heart has become a quiet place where my voice can finally be heard, and I will continue to speak to you in ways that touch the deepest parts of your being, reminding you that you are never alone, not even in your silent moments, and I will show you how to trust the gentle guidance of the Holy Spirit as He reveals layers of wisdom you did not know you carried, and He will help you recognize when something is for you and when it is not, giving you a sense of knowing that is so clear you will no longer hesitate or second-guess yourself, and you will walk with a confidence that comes from spiritual clarity, not from human approval, and as you grow, your spirit will become rooted, unshaken, and steady even when circumstances shift, for your foundation will no longer be built on fear but on truth, and you will learn to rest even when things around you are uncertain because the peace within you will not be touched, and I will open doors that require no explaining, no pushing, no trying to convince anyone, for the openings I bring will speak for themselves, and you will see how effortlessly things align when you stop forcing and start trusting, and I will show you the beauty of moving at a pace that honors your soul, a pace that nurtures your spirit instead of exhausting it, and you will finally understand that rest is not inactivity but strength, for in rest you hear me clearly, and in rest you receive direction, and in rest you gain power, and as you continue to walk with me, you will notice a deep shift in how you carry yourself, speaking with more grace, choosing with more clarity, loving with more wisdom, and protecting your spirit with more intention, for your growth will be seen not only in what you do but in what you no longer accept, and what you no longer give your energy to, and you will find it easy to say no to what feels heavy and yes to what feels aligned, because your spirit now recognizes what resonates with truth and what does not, and I will continue to surround you with signs that guide you gently, preparing you, strengthening you, and lifting you, and each day you will grow steadier in your identity, more secure in your purpose, and more aware of your worth, for your heart will no longer settle for anything that dims your light, and your spirit will no longer bend to what breaks your peace. And I will continue shaping you quietly, beautifully, and deeply until you fully become the version of yourself that I always saw, the version that walks with grace, thinks with clarity, and rests with confidence. And from this place, my beloved, you will rise into the fullness of everything that has been waiting for you. My precious one, you have walked through moments where hope faded and everything felt too heavy to carry. But listen to me now, my beloved, because holding on to old memories can pull you back into patterns that no longer belong to you. And if you do not understand the deep change already happening inside you, the past may still try to slow you down or hide the clear way I prepared for you. And mistaking constant effort for true strength or looking for approval in places that cannot give it will only lead you back to the tiredness you were meant to leave behind. For I am here to open a new understanding for you, my cherished one, showing you how to live from the fullness already placed within you instead of always trying to earn wholeness. And this path will bring quiet freedom where opportunities appear without you chasing them, and your inner calm guides you with steady confidence. And I will show you how to live without the weight that once drained your spirit, so every moment is renewed by my presence, because what looked like a barrier was actually a turning point, and the years where you felt you were doing everything right but saw no change were never wasted, for I allowed those old cycles to finish completely so nothing from the past could follow you. And now that the heaviness is removed, your pace will shift as I accomplish in a short time what many thought would take years, and it will unfold in a way that feels extraordinary, for I will begin a work that goes beyond ordinary reasoning, bringing opportunities you never searched for and opening doors you never tried to touch, and you will enter places not by strategy but by alignment, and when it happens you will know it was not by your effort but by my presence, because the deep peace within you will confirm it and your direction will become clear without confusion. So hear this, my child, others will speak well of you, not because you pushed for recognition but because I have placed my favor on you. And those who once ignored you will now come to you for guidance, yet their praise will not disturb your balance, for your focus will remain steady on the path I set for you, and what once distracted your true spirit will no longer interest you, and you will know exactly when to move and when to wait. And this is true understanding, my cherished one, the natural result of your inner healing, where your vision becomes clear and your steps become firm. And you are building something new as you release what has ended, refusing to return to any place that once harmed you, because you are stepping into a remarkable journey where your inner knowing leads you with full confidence, and you will never stay where my favor has lifted, for you will protect your healing not just by recognizing it but by guarding it with quiet strength. And I am positioning you, my precious child, so others may witness the beauty of quiet freedom. And now that you have broken the tiring cycle and begun to understand renewal, I want to bring you to the core of what will hold you, an intimate bond with my spirit, because I desire to give you something deeper than comfort, something that transforms your very being. And I am not asking you to push yourself again but to return to your softer, truer self, for real strength comes from knowing me, not from endless effort. And though you have learned to keep going, help others, stay strong, and carry responsibilities inside you have always longed for something beyond tasks, you long to be truly seen without needing to speak. And this is why I placed part of myself within you, not as an idea but as a living presence, for the Holy Spirit is always with you, not only in hard moments or only for those who look holy, but close to you at all times, living within you. And I invite you to welcome him, my beloved, to fill the places where exhaustion lived, where fear controlled your pace, and where uncertainty shaped your choices, and allow him to guide your inner vision and rest in your heart, helping you reconnect with your feelings so that you respond with gentleness instead of reacting from pressure. And you do not need to overcome life by willpower alone, my child, but by surrendering to what is growing within you, because the Holy Spirit wants your real self, not perfection, and he wants your openness as he leads you through the quiet places of your mind, walking with you through your deep emotions and moving beyond duty, speaking softly before decisions and comforting you before you stumble. And this season brings deep change, my precious one, not because your surroundings have shifted but because your inner being finds strength in him, and your reactions will begin to change. And where you once felt pressured, now you will pause and ask, Holy Spirit, is this truly mine to carry? And where fear once pushed you to hurry, now peace will settle because you know your journey is guided by him, and your choices will hold firm without needing others to approve, for your quiet confidence will rise from a connection that cannot be broken. And welcome him in your early moments, not just to give you energy but to shape who you are, letting him speak wisdom before the world speaks to you, refreshing your thoughts before stress touches your spirit, breathing life into tired places so you begin to understand things differently. hearing not only sounds but recognizing direction, and invite him into your quiet moments. My beloved, for when your body feels tired, your inner self can stay open to his presence, and he will show you what needs to be released and reveal the hidden places where old patterns try to return, approaching you not through effort but through surrender, and in that stillness you will find peace and also the sacred permission to simply be, to rest, to heal, to say no, to choose a gentler way, for this is the meaning of true living, and my child, you have left behind the exhausted version of yourself and moved past the self that fought so hard, rising beyond simple improvement, and he will echo my wisdom when confusion tries to cloud your mind, guiding you when old habits try to rise, and when fear whispers, asking if this peace will last, he will answer with deep calm, because real transformation goes beyond actions and is rooted in understanding, not in your skill but in your connection with me. And now you will move forward with a new confidence, my child, with light and free steps, with choices full of purpose and words filled with meaning, and people will notice you not because you try harder but because your gentle strength draws them naturally, for this quiet strength is my essence, comfort without escape, resilience without force, and from this calm place, my beloved, you will rise.